Good afternoon and welcome to the final Super League Live of the season here at the Essex Sport Arena. We have a double header, a bit of a rivalry, Essex Rebels and the Malory Eagles, as we've rolled into the third month of the season. 3 points to what both teams are looking for to try and close out the title race in the Dynamik Men's Super League. I'm Michael Hunter, delighted to be joined by Tara King for this one. And Tara, Essex Malory, always a matchup that is circled in the diaries of both teams.
Yes, it is, yeah, especially this season, seeing as they've had, well, practically 3 matches up that have gone to 5 setters across UEL and Malory games in the past season, so this should be an exciting game.
So we'll have a quick look at our ones to watch. We'll start for the Rebels, where number 15, Ewan Fraser, obviously moved positions over to the opposite, but it's had a really strong season, hitting just a tad under 250 for the Rebels. 120 kills on the season. But what experience does Ewan bring to this squad, obviously being a long-term veteran of the Rebels?
I personally love watching Ewan play in a different position. He's such a confident setter, and I think he's really brought that confidence into a fairly different team from last year. They lost quite a few important players, so it's nice that they brought back Ewan unexpectedly at the beginning of the season, because it allows them to establish a bit more connection between old players, and he's really good at befriending and growing connections with the post-grads that have come in, such as JK and Cam, so it's nice as a setter for him to be able to help in a new setter onto the squad.
And a huge challenge going against arguably the best opposite in the league in Nathan Fullerton as well for Ewan. We'll look at one of the outside, Dalton Bund, also wearing 15. Dalton, also a UEL scholar. Huge game last time out with 13 kills. And he, again, Rebels tried to guard him in serve receive, 37 serve receive attempts. But kind of a glue player for this Malory on the outside position, having that balance opposite Fullerton. They needed another big arm, and Bunn's definitely got that.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a concern for the Essex Rebels, and he's obviously also a real hustler on court. He brings a certain amount of energy in the defence for Malory, and he really tries really hard at every single thing he does, so it's really important for him to make plays that Nathan necessarily wouldn't make defensively, so he sort of fills that gap in for them in the energy standpoint.
As the Malory starters introduced, they will go with number 4, Logan Clark in the middle. 19 setting, Joel Martinez. Interesting dynamic for Malory. They have 3 setters on the roster today, and they have mixed it up recently. Number 15, of course, we just talked about Dalton Bund. Number 18, Dylan Cohen. Nathan Fullerton wearing 23 today, not ignorable. Number 8, number 1, Ben Kwame, and at Libra, I've already mentioned it, number 20, Bryce Bowen. Starting 7, so it'll be left Duras Iano at the Libra position wearing 3, and he'll be joined by 13, David Pascal, 27, Thomas Chamberlain back in the lineup, did miss last week with illness, as Tara said earlier on. 15, Ewan Fraser, 8, Thomas Jefferson, and then the brothers, 97, Cam is the setter, and the all-impact outside, number 29, Jacob Kern, our player of the game last time we were here, as the Rebels beat Durham in that game, and Jacob's a huge weapon, but he can go hot and cold. Last week his serve in particular really struggled. As we are underway here at the Essex Sport Arena, Kwame with a perfect pass to Martinez, then a dump to start us off.
That's a strong play for Malory to go off of for the first point. It's very impressive from their setter to have such confidence on that ball. In offense, which I've always been impressed with, as someone who's coming out of the setter position. He really understands how to use a block, which isn't something he's necessarily faced before.
As Pascal with a huge stuff on Cohen. That was an aggressive play by the Malory middle, taking the ball in serve receive, but David Pascal, the block leader in the Super League, says not so quick, not in our house, as Bowen gets to serve receive. Fullerton first big swing, Jefferson with a one-handed stab.
It's a good up from Jefferson. Another block from Davin. He's well waiting on that middle.
As Cohen gets it the second time of asking, but Essex Rebels defense asking questions of Malory, make them swing 2 or 3 times in the point, and over a long game that could definitely be an impact, I think, mentally as much as physically. As Dylan Cohen.
It's a good strong float serve.
Going quick ball for Pascal. Great offense by the Rebels. But Cam Kern, that's a picture-perfect set.
You can see Davin opens up here to the setter and then really flicks into that ball because Cam's been taken off the net. It's a great play from the Rebels.
For Pascal, as Bowen this time takes it right onto the freebie line. Fullerton has to wait for it, but that's a huge cross-court swing.
Yeah, that's a good play from Malory. They split their pins up, as you can see, and Nathan just comes in on that opposite side when you think it would be set to the outside. TJ's just a little bit late and he can see where to swing. Where to hit the ball into that block is really important.
As Bund, a third serve receive error goes over. Kern has to tip it over. Martinez tries to go for the kill, nearly caught Jacob off balance, but TJ beats the middle block.
Yeah, that's a smart swing from TJ. He was quite late to that set, so he only had one choice to tip it, and he used the block against him in that one. We can see JK was caught a little bit late then coming over as he fell over during his pipe attack, but he managed to get that ball up.
As Kern gets the 3-point pass, and Fraser this time makes no mistake finding the seed.
It's a lovely clean shot into space. We can see Ewan just goes up, sees where the gap is in the block and swings for it as the middle's not even there with him.
Should have been Kern to his knee, sets his brother.
Big swing over the block.
Can't make the dig. He was in a good position, but just such a hammer arm from Jacob.
See his height as well just gets him over the top of that block, and it didn't even make much of a difference to him that he had two people up in front of his main body line. Then he just swings straight over it.
Couple of serve errors already. Can he fix it? This time he does, but a good pass by Kwame. Malory going middle. Cohen is blocked, but recycled. Fullerton is duffed by Shunamin, and that will probably close the set out for the Rebels. They lead by 4 late on.
That was nice blocking by TJ there. You can see him. He went with the middle, and then he got up and he closed down on that block with Tom on the outside. Good lineup from Shatterman.
Tried to close out the set. Dalton Bund on serves. Got to have 3 good serves. Will the Rebels go to Pascal?
There
yes,
we go.
They will. Set 1 Essex.
Safe option for them.
As easy
see there that
as
even
you
if
like.
Cam is pulled off, he can still set Davin, which makes him a huge weapon. Middle in instead of the setter is the first server, so I wonder what they're trying to line up here with Davin to try and stop him a bit.
As Kern pushes it wide, wanted hands but little nod, and it is number 21 Harry Jones into the lineup for Malory, replacing Dalton Bund, who by his high standards had a really difficult first set.
I know Harry, he used to coach at Essex and he coached BU.
As Kern is blocked by Cohen, that is a monster.
That was a good
out of
see
nowhere.
Here, he just comes out, he meets his pin blocker and he just shuts it down, presses over the net. That was a great block.
Big option as can Kern.
Do we know if Joel Martinez has played outside or?
He has not, as Lefty takes one off the shoulder. I say shoulder, that might have been a headshot.
I think he took it on his shoulder, hopefully. He was out a couple of weeks ago because he slept funny and crooked his neck, so I think Lefty's trying to avoid the headshots at the moment.
Should have been. Goes float, Kwame. Another perfect pass. Clark is rejected by Pascal. Solo stuff.
That was a great block from Pascal. It's a shame really because Logan Clark is a big offensive threat from Malory when they get him going and get him hot on the ball. You can see there he just swung straight into Davin's arms.
I believe that's service error number 9 indeed. As Shunamin pulls Ianu to the line. Kern goes short. Fullerton able to get there. Delayed multi-option offense that time for Eagles, but again the Essex block there, and Pascal and Kern again.
You can see they just go up, wait, and then press their hands back over that net and push the ball back into the middle of court every single time. You can see the bench on the Rebels team are trying to bring Hassan back to life from that big block.
It is a block party and we are living in it at the Essex Sport Arena.
There you go, Davin just presses his arms back over and roofs the ball. In this game it feels like the Rebels are dominating a little bit, but I think with their missed serves they're tying up on the scoreline, unfortunately. Fraser's blocked again. He tried to roll it just outside and pop it outside the court and roll it off the block, but unfortunately they just pressed straight back into 6, as we can see here. I think he was trying to just swipe off the block outside the court, but they pressed a little bit too well for him.
Arena, the Malory Eagles women just filtering in to our right as Fullerton out of the timeout. Malory leading by 2. Shutman has to wait on it.
Just caught out then with the off-court.
As Kwame block touch.
Dig.
Jacob Kern from the pipe,
That
big
was a great
by Bowen,
dig by Malory's libero.
but the problem is the dig's got to go somewhere, and unfortunately that's nearly into the front row of the crowd.
It's nice to see they're not just letting JK dominate and hit the ball straight into the floor, though. I think that will be a big thing for Malory, is just stopping these little plays that make them feel quite a little bit less dominated.
100% success, goes off speed, goes at shut him in again. Kern from the pipe, Bund gets a dig on it, but Malory can't quite get the ball up
It was
in
the
the
safe
air.
play for Essex Rebels. That's their biggest offensive weapon, JK through the pipe. He practically looks like he's hitting front court, which is quite scary for any defensive player back row.
What a perfect rotation for Rebels on defense. Thomas Jefferson back to serve, but that brings Devon Pascal,
Back in front row.
the leading blocker, into the front as a big blocking weapon. And we know Jefferson's going to get ball in play. Low again, Clark into the block of Pascal. So it's Cohen. No, it's Martinez. It's not quite the set he wanted, too
Davin
low.
knows how to do anything. He does know how to block, so it's a fabulous lineup with that on a gap set, just pressing back into court at the right time.
But setting error by Martinez, really that ball never really getting much above the net tape. No option for Cohen.
I think he's having a bad offensive day. He's struggling up there.
Fullerton keeps us alive. 26 apiece. We've already had a 30-28 set in Derby and the women's side. Are we going to match that here?
This is what you expect from these two teams. They're going to go point for point. We've seen it all in the first two sets. We've got Dylan going into serve now, middle back row.
28-26 was the biggest set last year between these two teams, as Fraser has to roll it over. So Bund is going to set because Martinez was on the defense, and Fullerton goes into the block back to back for the December Player of the Month, Nathan Fullerton.
Big momentum play from Nathan Fullerton, proving, look, here's what I can do if Davin's late. I can beat his block. I can do that.
15 points already. Sorry, 8 points already for Nathan Fullerton. As Pascal has to play in serve receive. Quick ball, Bund with the dig. Martinez is going to get there. Swing for Kwame, plays it off the hands, a little bit safe. Shut him in, being quiet, gets stuffed, and the Malory Eagles steal the set, 28-26.
It's a big last point to take a set off of Essex Rebels with. Right, we're heading into the first point.
Ready for set number 3. Cam Kern, who had the big service run at the end of set 3. Fullerton has to tip it over.
Out of system play.
Will be set up. Kern goes off hands. Bund starts set 3. Finds Fullerton on the back line, and he beats the block
That
of
was
Jefferson.
a really impressive set there by Martinez. He managed to just push that perfectly, so it just was just in front of the 3-meter line for Nathan Fullerton to jump through and use the block against them. Very good at his serves. I think Dalton snuck in a little bit with the offense. So.
Yeah, obviously the second outside as Bund there goes into the hands. Kwame 77% on the season. Huge pick up by Bone, but really smart by the Rebels to get it over quickly, as Martinez was thinking that might just roll on the side, but nearly a terrific save by the Malory libero.
JK just doesn't rest on that net, doesn't he? He just wants to get the ball killed every single time.
League here at Super League Live. As Martinez, quick set.
Ooh.
And nearly
That was a great connection
dig
between
by
Lefebvre
Fraser.
and
I don't know how much he knew about it.
No, that was a great swing by Logan. It was a great swing to come in off of serve receive and just dominate through the attack. Ewan's very good at that defense though, and he'll be annoyed he hasn't got that up.
Fraser, perfect pass. Kwame waits for it and dots the line. That is such a tight angle.
It is a beautiful swing to be able to do forwards for. It's an extremely hard one, but Ben's such a high jumper. He can just get up there and play off the block no matter what. It's really impressive to see him to swing with his thumb down like that.
And you know it's clean when there is zero appeal
Yes.
from the home team bench on the
If
when
Rebels
the
aren't
angle's
chatting,
coming
they just
to her.
know it's a good swing.
21 apiece. Dylan Cohen back to serve, shut him in. Another great pass by him. Kern from the pipe. Cohen gets hands on it. That ball just about stays under, but free ball for the Rebs.
It's nice to see some middles getting some
Shut him in
defensive work.
into the hands of Fullerton.
Good shot down there. I think Tom was trying to rebound it off of Nathan's hands, but he just jumps too high and his arms pressed too harsh over the net for him to recycle off of it, as we can see.
go up and go up on the net, not squeeze too much to get the violation. And Malory take a lead. Shut him in.
He's gone for a safe serve.
Clark, 23 apiece.
Lefty's not having a good day defensively. It's really impressive for Malory to have him on the rocks like this.
Quick ball again. We've seen Clark have some success with that as Nathan Fullerton back to
Good deep swing.
We've not really talked about Fullerton on serve, 10 aces, but he's taken a lot of pace off this year. Shutterman gets crossed up.
It's lucky
Kern's going to be able to put a swing on it and finds the kill. Head in hand, Jefferson Williams. That's a point where you expect to have a swing. And Devon Pascal is going to serve at 24-23. Interesting.
I think
On the day, can he make it 6? Kwame just gets to it. Bund, lefty gets a touch but keeps the ball on the side of the Rebels. And we are going back and forth. Logan Clark now.
we can see here with this swing that he just manages to catch Ewan, blocking a little bit too wide and swing cross court into lefty's platform, which unfortunately was just a little bit too late. I would say this is one of their weaker rotations for the Rebels.
Off the net core, Bowen able to play it well. Kwame from the pipe, Kern left-handed from the set of Fraser into the block. Shunnaman keeps it alive. Fraser's going to have another chance. Goes tip, pancake save. Bund recycled. What a rally this is. Set point Rebels. Fullerton into the net.
Oh,
Essex
that's an
Rebels
unfortunate error.
take set number 3. What a rally.
Big point for them to go into the next set with Nathan making a mistake like that in such a pressured moment.
Again, a trying to attack Ben Kwame. Fullerton from the back row. Off the hands of Jefferson Fraser. Kern with a huge right-handed pickup. It's going to be a free ball for Malory's. Cam Kern goes with the back set on touch 3. And Cohen, who's been quiet with the quick ball, finds the kill.
That was a beautiful gap. I don't think Malory used many gaps, but you can see that he's really worked well to get around that ball and push it into the space away from that block into lefties, just outer arm where he can't quite reach it.
Just the 3rd kill of the day for Cohen.
Yeah, he struggled on the offense this game.
We believe we've got 5 sets in Wessex. And another quick ball back to back.
Overpass to Nathan Fullerton's never a good thing to do.
Take half a second away and you just hear the thud of the ball.
Tom was doing his best to try and get underneath.
As Malory still with a 2-point lead. TJ forces the return on 1. Fraser into the block. Malory going to keep it alive. Bund from the pipe position. Good swing. And Cohen with the block. Malory steal a point and they are starting to roll in set number 4.
It's a big momentum block for Malory. Shutting down Davin like that. I think that's his first swing in this set as well, which means that they've got to establish him again early on or he's going to get a little quiet.
As get your predictions in. Are we going 5 here? It wouldn't. It feels like it wouldn't be right if we didn't get a Malory.
No, it'd be very odd feeling if they walked off the court and had only
Essex
played
5.
4 sets against Malory.
I'm assuming you hope you don't need 5 today.
You can see most of the girls are getting ready now, so I think we're expecting this to end after this set. But
Well, you've got to if you're the Essex Rebels. No one from the
Yeah.
Malory side has moved as Kwame goes down the line. Fraser with the dig. Farah, who came in early in this set for Thomas Shutterman, as Clark goes
big
middle.
swing. 3-point lead now for Malory heading into the 20s, and that's a really big opportunity for them to just keep going with this run and shut down this set early on. Be interesting to see if Porter makes any different changes and puts Thomas Shatterman back up the court.
Go dropping stats I definitely did not have them in my notes as Pascal tries to split the middle. Diving save by Malory. It's going to be a 3-ball Rebels. They need this point to try and stay in it. Pascal finds Bowen. That's going to be tight.
Big
Joust
dig.
at the net. Recycled from Malory. Bund finds the angle. Malory Eagle lead by 4.
Big momentum play by Malory there, digging up Davin and then getting a kill on the ball.
As you can see the Malory girls just reacting to what's happened in the Super League off to her right. Chloe Allen came up to get the scores.
This one.
We've seen a couple of errors from Cohen today. So Malory with 4 middles on the court. Well, 3 middles plus Nathan Fullerton. And Ruben Fernandez off the bench, block, kill. We are going 5.
Middles know how to block. You can see here they just line him up correctly for that and take out his mid-range. Oh, 3-man block up. That gave him many.
I think Logan Clark got a hand on it as well. That was a combined block, but definitely
power.
split. And we are going 5. Did we expect anything else from 5? So we talk about the amount of errors for Essex, and that's given Malory 20 extra points.
Yeah, though when you hear those stats, it's really incredibly obvious why you need to get your serves in, why you need to make smart decisions offensively if you can't kill the ball.
Here we go, set 5, Logan Clark to serve, and Cam Kern gets his first kill of the game.
That's his second or third dump, I think. That's really important for Cam to just establish that, oh look, even when the 4th attempt.
1 of 4. Hey, 250 is a decent hitting percentage.
It is for a setter, yeah.
5, and
that is the logical vote.
I mean, they've done it 3 times. I wouldn't say lightning strikes 4 times. And Pascal early on it.
High set for Pascal.
Fullerton, he's been quiet, no longer huge.
Fortunately, I don't think Dynamik closed the block well enough then on Fullerton, which is something you just cannot do. If someone is a big, heavy arm, they are just going to hit through gaps all day. And you can see there, I think Tom jumped up and then continued to jump sideways as he went up, not quite closing that block.
So it'll be Dylan Cohn. Fine, shot him in. Kern from the pipe, beat Bond.
Swing! You can see why it's just so scary when he does that from the back court. Davin went up for that fake, pulled away all of the attackers and defenders thinking, oh, he's going to go there, and then JK swings in from the back row.
But maybe that's what he does. Pascal stays in the game. Alex Porter doing the same thing. Bond beats Shedderman over his head, and
like
Malory will win the first race to 8, and we will change side 8-6 Eagles.
He loves that off-the-hand swing is all he goes for. If you haven't set your block up correctly, he will use and abuse it all day long. You have to set your block up correctly on bunt.
So it's risky having to use the setters serving, so in case something happens though.
I'm sure he'd like to swing if given the opportunity.
Kwame Martinez, another set. Fullerton, block again, the same combination.
Very happy with himself there. That will give him a big ego boost during the rest of this set.
And Nathan Fullerton really struggling in set number 5.
It's an uncomfortable position for him, I think, going through the pin. He's got a lot less of his normal shots that you would through opposites. It's flipped to the other side. You have to use your body in a different manner.
As Ianu targeted in service here. I haven't seen him see a lot of balls. Kern just stayed in the back row. That's going to be tight on his foot.
I mean, especially when you have a hitter who's just going to go up and hit your libero without any fear. You know that they've got a heavy arm, so to watch him do that and then beat the libero on any team is very impressive.
League fixture 15-9. That won't happen as often. Net tight. Fraser's going to be tight. Fullerton plays it. No lib for Malory. As Kwame's blocked. Cohen recycles and just puts it long.
That was a great play by the Rebels. I think that's the most calm and collected I've seen them in a scramble play in a really long time. Davin to do the serve receive, get a 3-point pass to start off with. That's a lovely stat for him to have on top of everything else in this game.
Second kill error for Malory. As Fullerton on his strong
Big
side, Ian with a dig. Kern can't rescue anywhere near the court. A huge scramble by the Canadian. What hustle late in set 5.
Lefty's ability to pop a ball up high is very impressive, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite close enough to the court. But if he goes for the spin serve and just goes for it, it'll be really interesting to see if he chooses to do something else. But we also just lost the match ball for 5 seconds there, so it's just chaotic all around. This is really a chance for both teams to show their composure.
One eternity later in the comments, I agree. Nathan Fullerton, 13-12 Malory, set 5. Shut him in. Kern, Pascal misses the baseline. Huge opportunity, and Pascal.
I really thought I saw Bud touch that off of his arm when he went for the dive then, but the line judge called it out. Nathan went for the safe serve as well and just said, let me get this in. Same again. Match
point 2 to Malory. Kern out of system. Bone. Set a change for Malory. Kwame goes into the block and wide. Malory Eagles steal it. 3 sets to 2 for the 4th time. Ben Kwame, what a decision to end this dramatic game. And welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena. Malory Eagles beating Essex Rebels for the 4th time this season, 3 sets to 2. Here our player of the game, Malory setter John Martinez. Joel, 2-1 down. What was the team talk going into set 4?
We thought we were just going through the motions. There was no energy on the court, really. We were just kind of seeing where things were going. We were waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen. So, just in the timeouts, it was go back to square one, breathe through it, and then we'll start building our own energy instead of feeding off of what they were doing.
And obviously, dramatic games. You know Essex. You know they're going to go back and forth. Just talk about for you as in the same position, trying to spread the ball out. Like set 1, it was a real struggle for the middle to get going. Dylan and Logan really struggled. Devin Pascal had a monster set, but you slowly got them into the game, and that energy really fed the team.
Yeah, like I said, again, we were just trying to make something happen, but without really putting any intention behind it. So it was just kind of throwing the ball here and there. Thankfully, our coaching staff they're very good at nitpicking little things. So just move the ball a little bit around, not just the same space every time. And it was just all the hitters give me enough confidence to move the ball around. It's kind of hard to figure out who you're going to set. You only have one ball, so it's definitely tough. But it's really good to have all these weapons. And yeah, we just started picking up, and they just started getting their confidence, and just kind of came together at the end.
What was the mindset in that blood delay? 13-12, Biggs obviously Nathan on the service line. What was kind of the mindset for you trying to clinch the game?
Don't get cold, basically. Yeah, it was just things happen. That's fine. You can fall into a pit and just not know what's going to happen. Just part of the game. But yeah, it was just keeping each other warm, talking about what we were going to do, and just having that focus of getting those 2 points in a row.
And quick turnaround now, game against Richmond tomorrow.
Woo, that's going to be good, yeah.
Obviously, Richmond took points off Essex last week.
Yeah.
How important now is it, though, to try and get that through that clean and put pressure on Essex if you want that number 1 seed for the Final Four?
Yeah, so we were actually talking about this after the match. With UEL, we played Essex on the opening day. So it was just a really tough match, and then we got to kind of, not really cruise, but just kind of have some time to really figure things out. And we haven't really played a match like this in a while, so it was just getting back to square one, and then obviously focusing on tomorrow, so just taking the momentum from right now and trying to simulate the same thing tomorrow.
Well, busy week for you, but semi-final as well on Wednesday at UEL.
Yes,
but that is our player of the game, Joel Martinez. Malory Eagles beat Essex 3-2. We'll be right back in 20 minutes for the Essex Rebel women as they take on Malory. Thank you for joining us here on Super League Live.
Thank you.